Yo, what's pippity poppin'? Pop droppin' lockin'. It's
大きな臭いオタク
time. I haven't openly discussed this much on my channel, but yes, I enjoy those darn Japanese moving pictures. Whilst I certainly wouldn't class myself anything above a general fan, I've watched quite a few series myself. One such series is, of course, Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. As a quick explanation, Jojo's Bizarre Adventure originated as a manga series written by writer
ひろひこあら
featured in the famous Shonen Jump magazine since 1987. Whilst the entirety of Jojo covers 130 plus volumes and a vast anime series, the franchise is split into 8 parts as of the release of this video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the first part, Phantom Blood. Phantom Blood was the start of the series and the main canon published across 1987 to 1988, getting its proper anime adaptation in 2012 after a short film of the part in 2007, which is now mostly lost media. The series centres on Jonathan Joestar in 18,000s England, a young man born into the rich Joestar family who faces off against Dio Brando, his adopted brother. Dio Brando is invited into the Joestar household thanks to the actions of his late father, who Jonathan's father, George Joestar, presumably believes to have saved his life. However, Dio's father was actually a thief who attempted to steal the riches of the Joestar family after a vehicle crash that led to the death of Jonathan's mother. Now, after killing his wretched and abusive father, Dio aims to take the riches for himself, slowly invading the Joestar family and killing all those who stand in his way. However, to gain the strength to do such, Dio uses the power of an ancient Joestar family heirloom, the Stone Mask, to transform into a vampire, granting him a vast array of abilities. Jonathan aims to stop Dio, gaining allies such as Robert E.O. Speedwagon, his love Erina Pendleton, and the powerful Will A. Zappelli, who wields and teaches him the power of breathing really hard, also known as Hamon, a life force energy granted by the sun. So yeah, even without major spoilers, Jojo certainly gets pretty wild. I mean, it's in the name. Moving into spoiler territory now, Jonathan has to fight his way to Dio, warding off zombies, other vampires, and even Jack the Ripper. However, in a climatic battle between Jonathan and Dio, Jonathan manages to defeat Dio, sending the life force energy directly through his body. As Dio is left presumably deceased, Jonathan marries his love and heads on a honeymoon cruise to America. Unfortunately, Dio isn't down yet, as he decapitated himself to protect his brain from Jonathan's attack, saving him from death. He arrives on the boat to counter Jonathan and take his body for himself. Unfortunately, after a good fight, Dio manages to brutally wound Jonathan, forcing him to plunge himself with Dio's head into the sea along with the sinking ship. This is to ensure the safety of the world from Dio, as well as saving his pregnant wife and the baby of another passenger, who survive in Dio's emergency escape coffin. As Jonathan Joestar, this part's prospective Jojo dies with Dio grasped in his arms. Erina and the baby survive, as she aims to inform all future Joestars of his sacrifice and the power of her husband. And this is the end of Jojo Part 1, Phantom Blood. Being the first act in the story, Jojo Part 1 gets a lot of flack for its messy story and poor pacing, which, to be honest, is kind of deserved. Jojo Part 1 struggles to really find its footing until the final episode, in which the story concludes and all that work to establish the plot securely is lost. But Jojo Part 1 is still a notable part of the series and anime culture as a whole, marking the beginning of future greatness to come. Also, I mean, you kinda have to watch it to understand what happens later on, so I mean, Jojo Part 1 gets 5.5 Speedwagons out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've been wanting to discuss JoJo's for a long time now, so it's nice to finally work on a video to do with what is one of my favourite anime series of all time. If you enjoyed this video and want to see me discuss the next parts, let me know by smashing that like button, smashing that subscribe button, smashing your keyboard in the comments, and consequently, smashing your video watching device. See you gamers soon.